Okay, guys, Jukebox Hero is the featured live entertainment at this year's Cattle Barons Ball. Joining us now are band members Brent Thornton and Nick Gray. Thank you for getting up. I know for a band, getting up this early, not usually a thing.
We're never up before noon.
Exactly. That's what I expect.
I wish I could sleep till noon. I can barely sleep till 6 a.m. on the weekends. But anyway.
So, Brent, tell us about Jukebox Hero.
Oh, I mean, we've been together for less than a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we do everything from pop, rock, and country. That's why we are doing the kettle.
Jukebox.
Jukebox
And
Hero.
you're doing all the great classic songs that I'm sure everybody knows.
Oh, yeah. Of course, yeah. Luke Bryan, Jason Aldean for some of the country stuff. List goes on.
Yeah. And you both are from Springfield, Rogersville area. So how did you guys meet, and what's your kind of story becoming Jukebox Hero?
It's a good question.
Well, I started some local bands around town. Started Paralandra and then toured U.S. and Canada for a lot of years. And while I was doing that, I mean, I've known Brent for, I don't know, over a decade.
Okay.
And
Just recently, I tried to sell him insurance, and he. What did you try to sell me?
hey, we should start a.
But
a super
that's how we
duper
got
band
together.
Really?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Selling insurance led to being in a band.
Yes.
Forming a band.
Yes.
That's
Well, that
awesome.
makes sense. How many people are in the band?
Five.
Okay, and you have like drums.
Bass,
Bass.
keyboard player, and we actually have a steel guitar player coming.
Yeah.
So it'll be 6.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay, and then
side.
Nick, you're the drummer.
Yep.
And singer.
I'm the singer.
Okay.
Have you sung with other bands? Because I'm sorry, you do look very familiar to me. If I've met you, I apologize, because I said he looks so familiar, and your speaking voice sounds familiar.
I have been, yes.
Okay, I was gonna say, because I know I've...
That's part of our story too.
Okay, it's how you met?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, you seem very familiar to me.
So what all have you guys been able to do in the first year of Jukebox Hero, being formed and performing and doing events?
Well, we had a great break, and our first show was New Year's Eve at Oasis. So that was a really good, start.
Kickoff. Literally,
Yeah.
a new chapter, a new year.
Oh, we're looking at this great video, too. That just looks exciting. Oh, wow. Where was this shot?
That was at the Riff.
Okay. Oh, I
Okay,
love the
very
riff. Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So how long is your set going to be at Cattle Barons Ball? You're going to be playing for a while?
2 hours.
2 hours of...
Wow.
Is that taxing on you physically?
No.
Locally?
No,
When you get to
not-
3-hour mark, it can kind of get there. Especially if you do Friday and then a Saturday and you play 6 hours total plus loading in, loading out, all that stuff.
The load in,
yeah.
load out, yeah.
2 hours just once isn't too bad.
I have a lot to load in and out, being the singer.
Yeah.
Yes.
You take
I
your
bet your
microphone and
writer
you're done.
list is really long, too.
Hey, he helps on drums. He's a good dude.
Oh,
So
that's very
he
kind.
doesn't have to do that, but he does. Drums are a lot of work, so.
So I'm curious, since you're, obviously have other jobs than Jukebox Hero, what's the rehearsal schedule like? Is it just you pick up kind of where your last show left off?
That's a good question. We don't really practice too much, really.
we
A couple
know-
times a
yeah.
month, maybe.
Yeah.
How do you pick the set list, though? Because to me, that'd be like the creative, maybe sometimes your headbutting.
That's a good question specifically for this event, since it's primarily country. We've put more country into the show. We'll probably start off a little more country and pick it up a little bit. So maybe like the first half, maybe like the first hour-ish or more will be country, and we'll kind of rock it up with country rock kind of stuff, and then we'll work what we normally do. It's why it's jukebox, so it's like rock, pop, and country, right?
Yeah.
So the second half will be more pop and probably end with rock and roll. So.
I love it.
That's
Nice.
probably how it'll
That's a
go.
good transgression,
Ease it in and
ease
yeah.
in,
Yeah.
reach the peak, and then really take
You
it
guys
out.
won't leave the dance floor.
Oh.
I'm just
Oh, no.
telling you.
Oh, no. He's telling us right now.
You won't.
I'm
I'll
curious.
pinky promise you on air right now. I will not leave. There
I
we
will.
go.
I'll be holding my beverage watching.
I will be dragging you out with his beverage.
No, I'm serious. Last time I was there, I was riding the mechanical bull, and then I went over, got to
Oh,
dance.
that's awesome.
Oh yeah, it was so much fun because the
have to
music
do
was
that.
there, the mechanical bull. They have axe throwing this year too.
Oh my
It's just
gosh,
like
wow.
a smorgasbord of fun activities while you're rocking out to Jukebox Hero. I want to ask you a country music question. Old country, new country. How do you feel?
Ooh, that's
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I think you can never go wrong with the old country. The
Yeah.
new country is, it's just not for everybody, but
Right.
I like it.
Would there be a mix of that type of country music?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say there's definitely both in there, but personally, I'm I'm 90s.
I mean, we have
Nineties.
I'm a 90s
have
baby.
Shania
so-
Garth, come on.
Garth, yeah.
we have Shania
have a
in there.
Shania.
Do you really?
We
Yeah.
do. We have
Yeah.
You know, I was going
Brooks
to ask
and
you.
Dunn,
But not the one
Brooks
you
and
would
Brooks
think.
and Dunn.
Toby Keith.
Not the one I'm thinking.
Not the
Rest his
Shania
soul.
one. Yeah.
You know what I was going to say, because you're the singer, I always hear females covering male songs, but you very rarely hear the males covering the classic. I'm glad you guys are doing that, because I'd like to hear the male perspective, that twist on the vocals
Yeah.
for a country song.
We even do Heart.
I love Heart.
Yeah.
How do I get you alone?
Yeah.
How do I get
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what we do.
I was guessing. That's my favorite one, though.
Oh, okay. There you go.
You guys, how excited! We're so excited to see you there.
Yes.
Now, if we come up and say hi to you, will you remember us?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause We'll
Okay.
probably come up and be like, hi guys, we're groupies.
No, we just won't take over the drums
No.
or the singing. At least I
No.
won't.
Well, I
Jeremy
might have
does
a
I
sing.
may take your mic away from you and be like, ah.
Jeremy does sing, so
I don't
be careful.
mind. I don't
I
mind.
might have a cowbell on there, and if you want to
More
smack it with
cowbell.
it,
I
you
need
can do
more.
that if you want.
Yeah.
So it's-
Guys, thank you so much for
Awesome. We're
coming
excited
this
to see
morning.
you at Calabarin's
Thank
Ball.
you very
Thanks for
much.
having us.
All right, you guys, when we come back, Jen John Meyer from Alamo Drafthouse will join us. She's our only friend.
She's our only friend.
gonna
And
be
we have
here.
two more now.
No, we have two.
We have three.
Or three.
3 friends.